Welcome to the Tube Chum podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Chumcast. I'm Dan, and joining me is Tom.
Hello.
And Graham.
Hello there.
As usual, we're here to talk about the latest news around YouTube, and we'll be discussing some of the latest features and interviews available on the Tube Chum website. First, though, it's time to take a look at the news. I wanted to briefly touch on YouTube's new comment management page. For those of you who don't know, it's a new way for YouTubers to manage and monitor all of their comments in one place. So what do you guys reckon? Is this a step in the right direction, or do you reckon it's just another pointless change?
I think you've got to do something about the YouTube comments, haven't you? They're classically not been the best, have they?
But that's also why I love them. I think they're kind of taking the fun out of YouTube, which was the dumb comments. I can see why they're doing it, obviously, is to alleviate like spam and trolls and all that stuff. So I guess from their perspective it makes sense. And I guess it is to just average users of YouTube, casual users, then yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction, yeah.
I think particularly with them like mashing together Google Plus and YouTube, they're sort of, I mean, okay, they are kind of forcing Google Plus on us, but you know, if they're going to do that, they are going to make steps to make it kind of better integrated, which I think, you know, is good that they have taken that on board, that people weren't happy.
But in terms of the actual comment management page thing, I don't think it's going to benefit like the big YouTubers, because they just get a ridiculous amount of comments. There's never going to be
they won't be able to go through it all, will
monitor all of that.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of months ago, the Yogscast, wasn't it? They just turned off comments.
Well, a lot of people did, yeah.
Yeah, just because it's easier that way, isn't it?
Well, yeah, a lot of them used Reddit, didn't they? Because it's just a lot easier to manage.
Which is a massive sign that something needed changing. So obviously, it's good that they've made efforts to do that. So
yeah, they have made a change, even though, you know, we don't know how it's going to work yet. We don't know how well received it's going to be, but
yeah, well, they've said they're going to develop it some more. So I think they're open to feedback and going to try and work on improving it and making it more sort of user friendly, so it'll be more efficient.
Nothing wrong with a bit of development.
I don't know if you guys about FreddieW. I don't know if you watch Video Game High School.
I do, yeah.
But apparently he's planning a final season, and he's looking to raise $750,000 for it, which is quite a lot.
That's a lot of money, but then again, I think it seems a lot, but you look at what he's done with the last two seasons.
Yeah, on a smaller budget.
On a much smaller budget, and think, wow, he could really do something with this amount of money. And you know, we were talking about 4K filming the last podcast, and it's like it's going to look amazing and hopefully be, you know, hopefully live up to expectations.
Yeah, I think that's why he wanted more money this time, because he said that previous two were a bit cheaper, but he wants to go out with a bang in a way for the final season.
Yeah.
How's he raising the money? He's
using Indiegogo.
Okay.
And he's only started. He started like 3 or 4 days ago, I think. And he's already raised $186,000.
That's a hell of a lot of money.
There's obviously quite a big demand for it to get that final season.
I mean, it's been really popular. I mean, they sort of done quite sort of clever stuff with it. Like, they were putting it on his website first, and then uploading it to YouTube. And they've even, you know, it's even on Netflix now. So, you know, he's doing the right thing with it. Like, he knows his audience. He knows where they're going to watch it.
And he's quite open with what they spend the money on. I mean, the previous 2 seasons, you can get full access to finding out exactly where your money's going when you do donate. So, you know, it's quite good. It's quite a good community feel, again, that you get quite a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And with the increased budget, like, the sandwiches on set are probably going to be much nicer now as well. Premium.
What do you consider a nice sandwich?
Yeah,
well, I don't want to get into it, really.
No? Just quickly, favourite filling before we move on?
Sorry?
What? Sorry?
Well, talking about communities, Summer in the City is sold out now already.
Sold out already?
Even though summer is nowhere near yet.
I was going to say, I mean, how long is it until the actual event? It's like
I think it's in August. So
in August, that's what, like,
months.
It's like nearly 200 days.
Did Mia get tickets?
No, she didn't. That's what her Mia's Diary was about. But she was saying, she went last year, and she was saying, you know, her post is basically about why it's not necessarily a bad thing that you missed out. There's always next year.
Right. Yeah, if you guys listening want to check that out, then just check out. Was it her latest post in
It
Mia's
was the
Diary?
latest post, yeah, Mia's Diary.
Latest Mia's Diary. Yeah,
Okay.
it's all about Summer in the City and not getting a ticket this time.
Yeah, I do like the
Yeah.
idea of going to like a YouTube gathering because I am quite awkward
Have
and
you
I
been
feel
to
I fit in. No, I haven't.
I went to when FreddieD came to the UK.
Oh right, yeah.
I went to his one in London. That was quite cool, but it was mental because of how many people there were.
Yeah.
And
Did you
like he had
play?
huge issues.
Did you play Ninja?
No, when I got there, I think they'd already done that.
Oh.
But
Would
I
you have
mean,
played?
what? Maybe. I mean,
Don't divulge too
I've never.
much.
I don't think I've ever done it one. Like,
This is completely
I don't know
off
what this
topic. Completely off topic. Dan, do you want to take us back? Take us back. Where were we heading before? Come on, you're the captain.
I went to a FreddieD's gathering in London.
You're the captain of this podcast ship. Get us back on course.
I went to a FreddieD's gathering in London. Right.
Right.
Got a bit mental. He got swarmed. The
Got
police.
totally-
The police weren't happy.
No.
He basically had to leg it through a car park
The
to
police were
escape.
there. Were they performing?
Yeah, Sting was there.
He had to leg it through a car park
Mm.
to get rid of to escape everyone.
Wow,
So it
that's
was
pretty
just
mad.
huge. Yeah, it was mental.
Wow, I'm sold. You really sold it to me.
You completely sold me
I
on
wasn't
YouTube
selling stuff from
gatherings.
the city at all.
You completely sold me. No, but I think it would be good, to meet up with people who share basically the exact same interests and are interested in the same kind of people, same kind of shows. I think I don't know. They haven't got any guests confirmed for it yet, but I can imagine a lot of the British
Big
YouTubers will
names,
be there.
yeah.
A lot of these
Especially so if you particularly love British YouTubers, it would definitely be a good place to go if you've got the tickets. If not, wait until next year.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
yeah, and be quicker. The thing is, it's getting bigger every year. It's a lot like VidCon in America has got bigger every single time.
Yeah.
Like it's only going to become bigger.
Well, it's
and
down to, yeah. People just love to see their favourite YouTubers, really. Like,
Yeah.
they've become that bigger cult sort of celebrity thing.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of celebrity, but it's just going to get bigger and bigger, I think.
If anything, I think their fans are even more obsessive than a regular celebrity.
I think it's because you kind of get that, like...
Personal touch.
Yeah, like personal interaction, because when you're watching a YouTube video, if it's particularly with vloggers, and a lot of Summer in the City's special guests will probably be British vloggers, you get what you feel is like a one-on-one interaction. So I think you'll get a lot of quite intense fans.
And, speaking of obsessive, Lena, is it Lena? She's reached over 1 million subscribers.
She did. Happened.
Did you like that segue?
I loved it. She could have done that better if she'd like actually written it, which she hadn't. So
well done. Happened on it happened yesterday actually. She hit 1 million.
When this podcast goes out, but yeah.
Yeah, 24th. She reached over 1 million subscribers. Tweeted about it, and good on her.
That's another mad kind of fame, isn't it? Like she did one sort of kind of strange video that went viral, and oh man, the internet is weird. I've seen some things.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote in the article within 24 hours of her posting that, it had something like over 20,000 upvotes on Reddit and over 1.5 million views on YouTube. So from that, it's sort of, you can't, once you've had a viral video, you've sort of got an audience for life, really, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'd sort of think it would be like a 15 minutes of fame, but she's managed to like extend those 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, she's made the most of it because she sort of does a little series where she does like charity work, so it's not like she's wasting the opportunity. So quite intelligently run channel actually. Even
that's quite a good variant then of videos. Because I was wondering what other videos she would do, because I don't really watch her channel.
It's usually sort of vlogs, challenges, and charity stuff. I'd say that's sort of the main stuff. But yeah, I'm making it sound really not funny at all. It is. It's a comedy channel at the end of the day. So yeah, good on it.
Yeah, subscribers, well done.
Final story of today for us to talk about is DreamWorks YouTube Nation channel, which is a bit of a new thing. It's backed by both DreamWorks and YouTube. They're really trying to push it at the moment. It's basically a show that's it's a daily show, Monday to Friday, where they look at sort of viral videos, like the very really current viral videos. It's starting to grow now. Don't know whether that's something that interests you too at all.
Well, I guess someone's got to find viral videos now. Ray William Johnson's seen, haven't they?
Yeah, I suppose so. And I guess YouTube wants to have their own little thing that they can do.
I wonder if like there's. You could argue the theory that they were waiting to launch this.
I think it's interesting because of all
Yeah.
the massive changes that have happened to YouTube's like front page, as it were. Like when I like first sort of joined like YouTube, got a sort of channel or whatever, the front page had like the most popular videos on it.
Yeah.
Didn't it? And it would, I don't know.
I think it still does sometimes, like if you're not logged in or anything.
Yeah, if you're not logged in. But I mean, even when you were logged in, you could still get onto like a browse like bit that would show you the best videos or the most watched videos of that day. And it looks like sort of YouTube are kind of like looking to tell you what the best videos are rather than you finding them yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like
strange.
This could be a way where we're heading, where YouTube is making more of its own channels and then just using YouTube personalities to front them. That seems to be a bit of a growing sort of trend, where YouTube's making its own sort of network of channels.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that, like, as I know Tom was joking, but like they could have had their own YouTube personality to front it anyway in Ray William Johnson, who was already sort of doing that.
Yeah, well,
and,
the host is someone called Jacob Soborov.
I think we said that right.
And he hosts. Sorry, yeah, apologies if I didn't say it
right. Sorry if you're listening.
Apparently, he hosts a show called Take Part Live on Pivot TV. So he's not even. I don't think he is much of a YouTube personality outside of now being on YouTube Nation. So it's a bit of an odd choice as far as I'm concerned. But yeah.
Yeah, plucked from sort of. I mean, as far as YouTube goes, plucked from obscurity, really. Like he's doing his own thing, but.
Yeah, I mean, I've never.
But that's the same with the SourceFed gang. I mean, they weren't known before they started doing those videos, and they've all developed their own followings now.
You got to start somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, let's talk about a bit on the Tube Chum site. What's going on? So, Tom, do you want to start us off? What have you been up to?
Couple of posts, mainly features, really.
Right.
My latest Deep into YouTube
is a sight to behold.
Went down quite well. I was saying earlier before we started recording, it's quite hard to describe Deep into YouTube's. It's sort of easier for you to just look at it and let it consume you.
Yeah.
But it was. I was highlighting the work of Mr. Andy Wilson 92, who oh god, who he sort of parodies The Simpsons. Using his own sort of animations, but they're quite sinister animations. I think.
Yeah, they look terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty harrowing stuff, really. So yeah, if you want to check those out for some reason, then head over to Deep into YouTube onto Tube Chum. Yeah, that's all I'll really say about that one because it sort of sells itself if you look at it.
Yeah,
but elsewhere, I've posted a pilot post, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a new feature, people.
A new feature, hot off the press.
Off the press on Tube Chum.
Calling it Troll Hunter. We were talking earlier about Google Plus trying to fix troll comments, and I, for one, am hoping they don't fix troll comments because
for the sake of this,
it would end this feature after 1 week.
It would make it a lot more harder, yeah. But yeah, the feature menu revolves around heading to some of the most popular channels on YouTube, scrolling through the comments, finding the delightful troll comments, and doing a bit of analysis on them.
Where did you go this week, Tom?
This week, Graham, I went to One Direction's YouTube channel, which was a hive.
That's a gold mine.
A hive of troll activity.
Sounds like a real treat.
Next edition of Troll Hunter, I'll be heading over to Justin Bieber's page. He's been in the news recently, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of
it's going to be beautiful
content to have a go with. So yeah, there's my.
I think you sold that pretty well.
I'm totally sold.
There's the two little feature things. My most recent interview was with Miss Callie MooreMusic. She's a singer-songwriter on YouTube. Started writing music when she was just 12. Now she's got her own channel. She's got a very unique way of vlogging.
Right.
I think the past interviews I've done, like sometimes sort of the research phase where you look at the channels can be quite tedious and dull, but looking through Callie's channel, it was really quite interesting because of the way she sort of produces her content. She has like a team that helps her edit the stuff, and her songs are actually good. Imagine that.
That's the start. Yeah, that would have been really
original music on YouTube that's genuinely good. So yeah, she was lovely. We had a little chat with her. So if you want to check that interview out, head over to tubechum.com. That's Tom signing out.
Tom out.
Signing out. Oh, bye, Tom.
Drop the mic.
So I guess it's over to you, Graham.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. I haven't been as busy as Tom, but I've had an interview myself with a Dota 2 content creator. He was my pick for a channel to watch in 2014.
All right.
When we spoke about that at least a podcast ago, if not two, I can't even remember now. Yeah, it was quite interesting to chat to him because it's sort of his content's quite strange, not quite deep into YouTube strange, but it has its moments. And so it's really interesting to sort of hear, like, you know, even though some of his content you could dismiss it as trivial at times, like because it's just comedy content that just made from him playing a game. He does have like the pressure of a fan base now, which is quite difficult when you think like. Must have just started out making funny videos with him playing video games and thinking, oh, this will be a laugh. Yeah, no, it's interesting, and I definitely think if you want to see a bit of history of like some Dota 2 stuff as well, if you're a fan of Dota 2, as you two know, I definitely am, and sort of take the mick out of me for quite a lot. Yeah, well, you know, I'm just trying to get my own little piece across. Then yeah, go check it out. And I also did a little feature back to my where to start with. We're talking about Summer in the City. I don't know if it'll be confirmed, but people like Charlie Is So Cool will definitely be there.
I imagine so.
From the same sort of British blogging community. So I try and tell you where to start with Charlie Is So Cool. You may think you know already, or you may not know who he is at all, which would be mad. In which case, check out where to start with Charlie Is So Cool.
So what sort of videos do you recommend? Well,
I sort of took a little look. I mean, he's actually been on YouTube like a ludicrous amount of time, really.
Yeah, ages.
I mean, we're talking. It's his internet years here, so it doesn't actually sound that long. But we're talking back in 2006.
Which is quite long.
Yeah, which is a really long time.
8 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not doing the maths. If you
show off.
Yeah, Jesus, this mental maths. But yeah, and I sort of went back over some of his, his first couple of big videos. Like he did a video about how to get featured on YouTube, which is a sort of kind of like jokey thing, but kind of serious. He had that one about how to be British that suddenly went super viral, and then here he still is, as you said, 8 years later, and he's making short films and doing what he wants to do with his channel, which is great.
It's almost like a time capsule, really, isn't it? Looking back at
it's mad. But I actually had a real sort of nostalgia hit when I was going back through them, because I was, obviously you say when you're doing interviews, you're researching channels and you're having a little look through what they get up to. But it was like going back through, sort of like a treasure trove of my old.
Yeah.
There you go.
Back through it. I've been on this site far too long.
Right. Well, I guess it's over to me now.
It is.
I did a few interviews in the last few weeks. One of them was a guy called Tyler Lemco, who people might not know by name, but he used to be in EpicMealTime, and he was, I guess you call him the idiot in the series.
He definitely played a pretty sort of dumb character.
And yeah, in the interview he said he loves playing that sort of role. So I guess it's fair for me to call him that.
You've said it now, it's too late.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really interesting interview. He talked about like what it was like working on the channel, how it came about, why he left the channel, things like that. So yeah, it's a really interesting interview. That's quite a good one. I also interviewed a guy called Chris Thompson, who's he's a YouTube singer, going back to singers again. He's got quite a strong fan base, quite an enthusiastic fan base. He hasn't done too much original music at the moment. He mainly does covers. But in the interview, he says he wants to go into more of his own original music.
I think that's the way a lot of like music channels start on YouTube.
Yeah.
You get people sort of posting covers of their favourite songs, I think eventually they feel confident enough to start putting their own stuff up. So yeah, it's cool to see where the channel might go.
I suppose that's how people find you, by searching certain songs, and then they'll find, or searching a cover of a song, and then that's how they find you, and that's how you build your fan base. But then you can make your original stuff. But yeah, I also talked to him a bit about whether YouTube's a good platform for musicians and singers. So I think it is becoming quite a big like option for singers now, because it's harder to get into like record labels and things like that. But YouTube's quite a good platform, I think, now.
Well, because you can build your fan base already, and then if you still want to go the record label like route, if you build a pretty big fan base, you're going to seem a much more attractive proposition. And if you don't want to go that route, you want to go completely on your own. You've got the ability to do that because you've got a way of getting your music out there.
Well, I think that about sums everything up.
Yeah.
You can find all of the stories and posts as usual on the Tube Chum website. That's www.tubechum.com. And I guess if you ever want to send us any questions or topics that you want us to discuss in the next podcast, you can tweet us, I guess, or email us at Tube Chum.
Yeah.
But I guess that's all for this week.
One thing I do quickly want to shoehorn in.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Is I'll be interviewing Marzia soon.
Right.
PewDiePie's girlfriend. So not that she'd want to be known as that. She's her own person.
Obviously, but just for.
But yeah, if you want to.
Her channel is called Cutie Pie, though.
All right. If you want to send in questions, just like we said, tweet us, or indeed if you want to get in contact about anything else, let us know. But yeah, I just wanted to shoehorn that in because that's sort of the next biggish interview we have.
Shoehorn away. Shoehorn complete.
Done.
Unless there's anything else you want to say?
Any other business? No, I think we're good.
I think adjourned. So I guess that's all for this week. Thanks for listening, and from all of us here, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.